Okay, excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. Here is Dr. Adekunle Badmos, the global president of the Global Clusters Worldwide. And today is Humanity Revolution. We say instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let's go on Humanity Revolution. Let's go on supporting one another. Let's be our neighbors. Yes, the place of humanity in nation building, the place of showing respect to one another, the place of being your neighbor's keeper, the place of dealing with each other because we are human beings, not because of ethnicity, not because of tribalism.
Thank you. The ambassador was trying to uh, lead us into the humanity evolution of today of the global clusters. Every Tuesday, we always have the humanity evolution, 5 o'clock to 6 p.m. Nigerian time. We are saying that instead of protest and unrest that causes commotions in the environment, in the society, we are saying let us do humanity revolution. Yes, as our custom is, every time we introduce ourselves to revolution with the video of the evolution. Host, let's have the video of humanity evolution. Thank you.
Imagine a world bathed in the soft glow of kindness. Picture a bustling marketplace in Marrakesh, where a vendor offers a warm smile and a kind word to a weary traveler. See a young girl in Tokyo offering her seat on the train to an elderly woman, their eyes meeting in a moment of shared humanity. In a small village in the Andes Mountains, neighbors gather to help a family rebuild after a storm, their shared laughter echoing through the valley. These are not isolated acts of charity. They are threads in a vibrant tapestry of compassion that is being woven across the globe. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement, a revolution of the heart. This is the humanity revolution. The humanity revolution is not a political movement, nor is it defined by any one religion or ideology. It is a universal calling, an awakening to the interconnectedness of all beings. It is a recognition that we are all part of something larger than ourselves, and that our actions have a ripple effect on the world around us. This revolution is fueled by compassion, the ability to understand and share in the suffering of others. It is driven by empathy, the capacity to step into another person's shoes and see the world through their eyes. And it is sustained by respect, a deep appreciation for the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. The impact of compassion is not merely anecdotal, it is deeply rooted in our biology and woven into the fabric of our communities. Studies have shown that acts of kindness release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of trust, connection, and well-being. When we are kind to others, we are also kind to ourselves. There are countless examples of how compassion and empathy have transformed lives and communities. In Rwanda, survivors of the genocide have come together to rebuild their shattered nation, offering forgiveness and understanding in the face of unimaginable pain. In the aftermath of natural disasters, we see ordinary people performing extraordinary acts of courage and selflessness, putting the needs of others before their own. The humanity revolution is not a spectator sport. It requires each of us to step onto the playing field of life and engage in acts of compassion, empathy, and respect. It challenges us to move beyond our comfort zones, to reach out to those who are different from us, and to extend a hand of friendship to those in need. Start small, smile at a stranger, listen with an open heart, offer a helping hand. These simple acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they are the building blocks of a more compassionate and just world. Visit theglobalclusters.org to connect with others who are answering the call to action. Together, let us create a world where humanity thrives.
Together, let us create a society where humanity thrives. Welcome once again. I say good morning, I say good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone that you are joining us on this call today. It is the humanity evolution of the global clusters. We are saying instead of end SARS, instead of end bad government revolutions that causes chaos and protests, we say let us come do this kind of revolution that has to do with we treating and dealing with ourselves based on the fact that we are humans, not based on religion, not based on ethnic, but based on the fact that we are human, irrespective of who we are, irrespective of our race, our status, and our class. If um if you are being pierced right now, if any of us is being pierced right now, what we're gonna get is the red blood cell that everyone's carried. So we are saying that humanity evolution, let us come and see ourselves as same. You know, when you look at what's happening around recently, you see wars all around. You see power tussle all around. But when you have this in-depth knowledge of humanity evolution, you see that there's no need for us to be fighting. Yes, everywhere now is not safe because we are not treating ourselves based on the fact that we are human. If you understand that as human, there's something that made us together. That's we are all mortals. Nobody is superior. Like last week, we were so fortunate and privileged to learn from the Wolf president of Wolf, in the person of Cluster and Chaplain James. He was taking us through the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. You understand? And we have taken 10 of it, and he talked about one of the things about rights, saying that these are the principles that bound us together. When we see ourselves as human, you see yourself in the reflection of others. You wouldn't want to hurt the person. The reason we need to go for this evolution is for the fact that we need to let people know that there's no need for this fight. These wars, these battles, flying of bombs all around is not the best for us, and that's not the solution. When you see your fellow man as human, as your own self, you wouldn't want to hurt the person because uh, it's so very rare, like very, very rare. Maybe 1 out of 100, you see anyone trying to hurt him or herself. So if you can hurt yourself, then you will see that there's no need for you to hurt the next person. If you want the best for yourself, you see that you want the best for the next person. We're not saying you should go to the bank and break your bank because of someone. You understand? We are saying that you treat the next person. Yes, someone might come to you with a need of 100,000. If you have the capacity to lend help, even if to borrow, yeah, you could. But if not, if you are the type that you are not you're not lucky borrowing people stuff, you understand? You can just let go of what you can just be able to manage when it's out of your pocket. You understand? So as human beings, we should respect each other's opinions, each other's needs. There's no way we're gonna be in a way needing one another. And when someone comes to in the recent days, I have been able to see around in the environment. Sometimes, when some issues ensued, you wouldn't understand because it's not happening to you. Because an event is not happening to you, doesn't mean that the person that's happening to uh, is is maybe the person is not worthy. No, sometimes issue happens in life, and when issues happens like this, we tend to, because it's not happening to us directly, we tend to not really care. You understand? Sometimes people reaching out to you that they need help for this, they need help for that. You might not you might not have it even within your jurisdiction, but you might have someone that have the capability to be of help. Yeah, that's humanity. We do that. It's very important. There's so many ways we can treat ourselves based on the fact that we are human. I'm going to be talking in some fairs right now. Like let's imagine I'm a CEO of a company, and someone just walked into my or there are series of applications for some vacancy in my company, and maybe I belong to a particular, let me pick a particular religion affiliation, my belief now. Let me say that is what I have a belief, I'm inclined to a belief, and someone applied into my company, you understand? And I have this series of application, and as the boss, I have the final say. This happen every day. I'm just putting myself as an example. This happen every day, and whilst scrutinizing or checking through these applications, and I saw these applications, and in my own mind, I I didn't I didn't um I didn't look at, okay, I didn't consider merit. The first thing I wanted to consider was that is, okay, how many of these applicants are inclined to my belief? No, that is not humanity. That's not the right way. You know, you put yourself in that situation, that what about if it's you? How are you gonna feel if someone treats you based on the fact that you are not in their own you are not inclined to that belief? It's unfair. If it's unfair for you, then it's gonna be unfair for someone else. So it's very important that we treat everyone equally. Now, sometimes it used to happen even in our society. Yeah, I see that some people we maybe in the society that we live in. Yeah, it's good we have freedom for association, and like it's part of the rights that we have. Yeah, we have freedom for association, but we shouldn't um we shouldn't confine the progress of any system based on the affiliation to our association. We should take that into consideration. Very, very important that we take that into consideration. When you look at countries or society that are actually making waves, let's now look at the US, look at the UK, people that are having effect and making those countries progress, there might not be even people from that country. We have foreigners all over. Look at the US. In fact, more than 50% of the UK population are foreigners. That are making waves in the economy. More than 50% in the US are foreigners. You understand? That because they come together, they see you first as human. You understand? Apart from some places that are still trying to work things out based on the race aspect, but looking at the countries that are actually making waves right now, it is a collective effort of both indigenous and non-indigenous. You understand? The UK several times they have prime ministers that are not even UK indigenous. We have some from Indian and the likes. You understand? In fact, we have others that are leading some political or government offices that are even foreigners in the UK, even in the US. Once upon a time, have black that have been strong leaders in the position of executive. So what we are saying is that we first of all treat everyone as human. When you see someone, don't judge them. When they come to you, um, they tell you what they have to offer. You first of all listen. Learn how to listen to everyone. You understand? Don't look at someone because maybe because of their, yes, sometimes there's this saying that you are addressed based on how you dress. But what if I don't have the money to dress the way you want to address me? You understand? That statement sometimes has made us, most people believing a fake life. You understand? They just want to fake it because they make it because the society is saying you have to dress well before they can address you properly. Yeah, that's very important. But that doesn't mean we also should be dressing immodest. You understand? As human, you see yourself, okay, I need to look good. Do not forget you are an embodiment of the universe. As human, you are representing your creator. Yes, that and the creator of the universe. It was said that everything that was created was good. So you as human also you have to look good. It's that if you want to have your hair cut, make it look good. If you want to keep your hair, make it look good. You have people that are hairy that decide to leave their and they still look good. That even if it's just a pair, if it's just a pair of clothing that you got, just look good. You understand? Look neat. You know, as human, because you are representing someone. You are representing a supreme being as human. So when you appear that way, irrespective, although sometimes you might not be um, fortunate at a particular time to want to acquire all these things. So that is the reason we are saying that to everyone, to everyone. When you see someone, even if they are not what you feel they ought to be, is that doesn't define who they are. So when we see people, we're talking about humanity now. This could happen to anyone. Yeah, I'm still very young in this world, but I've experienced some little things about life. You understand? Uh, I've been able to see people that are from nothing, people that we grew to see them as nothing. You understand? Later we see them becoming somebody very great in life. I've experienced that. And this is the same life I've experienced people that we used to look up to, wow, these are people that have made it in life, they've arrived. But life just happened and they all come down. Like they came down to like begging to survive. So life can happen to anyone. So we should treat ourselves as human, irrespective of the position you find yourself, irrespective of your status. You understand? It is important that you treat everyone with love. You understand? See the next person as the reflection of yourself. So when we treat ourselves that way, it sends a signal that oh, I am cared for. Understand? And when someone feel like they are cared for, they reciprocate it. Understand? The reason for chaos and crisis in society is because some people feels like they are ignored. Nobody cares about them. They are neglected. You understand? So this make them feel like they can do whatever they want to do since nobody cares. So let them do whatever they want to do. Some do it for attention. Some do it for frustration. Some do it to get back at the world and all that. And that's why we're having a reoccurrence of some unhealthy situation in the environment. But when you treat yourself as wow, this is my next one, you're not working. Why are you not working? We used to advocate for that in the certificate. You need to get something doing. You're not going to school. Why are you not going to school? Oh, talking about accurate information. There are some schools actually. Um, Most of the government school they're actually free. You understand? So you can reach out to a family. But why is a child even? It is very important for a child to get basic education. I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. I understand how this is, for a child to have basic education, even just the primary 1 to 6. It's the basic one is very important. And most government schools, yeah, people might be saying some things about, the educational system, but we see how dedicated teachers, that still want to give, you know, to the society. They want to impact life. All these happen, and we can encourage. Some people don't know. Understand? We can encourage some people that can't even afford the private schools. Understand? Encourage them. Even you that you are enlightened, that you have the knowledge, you can okay take this a child to this school instead, and If it's just basically how to read, write, think, do some arithmetic, that's basic. That is humanity. And most of the things that we do in humanity, sometimes it costs little to nothing, but it amounts to a lot. For example, imagine you seeing a child, you know, you always see a child, maybe a child of school age, sort of, let's say a child of 5, 6 years old, just roaming the street, doing nothing. The parents maybe they are traders or they're farmers, or they might not even be educated, so they won't see the importance of it. But you knew that this child that is not able, that is not going to school, is vulnerable, is endangered, and not just endangered himself, to the environment. So, for the sake of humanity, you take the effort to take this child. You can take him. You liaise with the parents, so it's in there, say an abduction, something like that. So you pick the child, you enroll the child into the government schools. You have government schools that are very free. Most of the government schools are free, apart from the boarding schools that the parents have to. But every other things, tuition, everything is still free. So the child can be there, as the child is there, the child is learning. Like we know that education goes beyond, the school, the structure. You understand? For the child to be able to mix with people, interact, learning. There are going to be adults there, enlightened adults like I, like a teacher, that are enlightening, that want to shape the child. Because the mind is just like, the mind of a child, just like tabula rasa, like a plain slate. You understand? It is the activity, the events from the home, there's nurture, and the environment, that's the nature, that culminated, that had up to the experiences of the child and made the child have this kind of belief or the sense that the child will have as an adult. So as that child is being encouraged, instead, to get education, and this child now maybe had opportunities to finish primary 6, and there's some experiences. There are so many of them that actually became brighter, more enlightened, and they they have the motivation to further. You understand? Most of them are, especially kids from the low income family. Most of them are they most of them are kind of smart. They're kind of intelligent, and most of them are lucky enough to be motivated to go to the secondary school. Government owned, also is free. You understand? Then the child might be able, luckily, catch up and mix with good friends, peers, with the right teacher, and this child might, we have seen kids that have been luckily even got scholarship, and some people might even sue them. It might even through you that you have the capacity. Wow, this child is smart. It's just that the parent doesn't have the wherewithal to support the education. You can do that and support the child to even the university level. Imagine you doing that to someone. Yes, sir. Imagine you supported a child, even if it's for the polytechnic, higher HND, university, and maybe with what is happening in the system right now, the government rolled out loan for student loan fund. It's working, things like that. Imagine you just all the opportunities that you feel. It might not even cost you anything, just about getting the right information. Imagine you getting the right information and teaching it out to people that need it. That's humanity. You understand? Just imagine that kind of journey of picking a child that the parent doesn't even know what to do with a child. You understand? A child of 6 years or 7 years old, just roaming the street, and you look at, wow, we have government school around now that's actually free. You understand? You took the child there. The child is just trying to survive. You encourage the child. Even if it's just one, you don't need to do 10. Don't worry, just do 5. Can even do just 2 if the purpose, if that's what you want to do for you being in life as part of your efforts for humanity. It's fine. Imagine the impact you're gonna have on two, or just say one. So let's say you pick that one after going through the primary school, further to senior secondary, and the child is kind of fortunate to be smart enough to understand what's happening. Then finish the secondary school, you supported. Maybe the child now has the opportunity to go to university. It might even be free. It might not even cost you anything. It might be through scholarship that you know about that you connected the child into. Understand? And the child from there pick up and become somebody great, like one person. That person will now forget you. And this person, you have been able to do that, you can now be able to encourage that child to do the same for others. You understand? That's humanity. Imagine what that kind of child is gonna be if, excuse me, if that child has been left alone. Yeah, because the mind is playing, like you said, instead of the child getting the right knowledge and mixing and getting the right value of life, the child fall into the hand of the street, gangs, vices, and other things like that. And the child is now endangered and vulnerable, and the child is going to be whatever ill you might think about, and this child will now come back to that society, and maybe it was you that's supposed to support child then that you ignored. Maybe you are the one that the child will now start stressing, and not just you alone, the environment, the society, your kids, because you turn your eyes from the child. Now we can see the importance of this. And it costs us little to nothing to do that. So we are being encouraged uh, in today's call that we should do our best. Look around us. They are there. Understand? Even if you are living in the island, but we have them always in the mainland here. We are always around here. Because we are so much around here, and especially low income community, especially places that are not well developed. The rural areas. You can go there. You understand? You might even start something. You understand? You might start something. Every one of us, we have our roots from our villages. I have my own village. Is that, and although I have the opportunity to be a teacher, part of my duty is humanitarian, because I will forever say is that the efforts and the inputs of the teachers uh, can never be measured with, is priceless with any amount. Is that, teachers also be those that needed uh, to be compensated more. You understand? But we are grateful that the universe is giving us, you know, more than we are even expecting, giving us sound health, taking care of our families, our needs. It's very important. And every one of us were even teachers. Either you're a pastor, or you're a doctor, or you're a mother, you're a father, you are an apprentice, you are learning something from a master. We can actually do all these things. You understand? And it's not just limited to formal education. I'm taking the aspect of you reaching out to someone to get. It's about acquiring this accurate knowledge and information, being a better self for individual and for the society. Even if a child, there are scenarios whereby I'm talking in just general aspect now. There's a scenario whereby there are some learners that the parent doesn't understand. There are theories of learning. Some parents doesn't understand that it's not all children, you understand, that can actually be in the school setting. You understand? And education is never about the structure, the the structured learning process, like being in the school, the routine and everything. But the fact that someone can be able to acquire a skill. What are the skills that we acquire in school? The ability to use to think critically, you have the ability to learn another language, just a skill. You communicate properly, you understand, you collaborate, you create things, but in a formal way. That's what the school setting is trying to let you know. But even in the informal way. You understand? A child that is not grasping properly the the academic system. You understand? You that you know better, you that you know better as a cluster, you know all about the certificates. You encourage the parent, mother, you more we are where's daughter, this child, the head is coconut head, is dull, nobody is dull. Yes, that the response should just come in. Ma, sir, this your child is not dull. What you are doing is that you've not been able to identify what this child can do better. You understand? That's humanity. You know, you be the advocate of enlightenment. You be the light to people. If you are a consistent clustarian and you have been joining every of our meetings and the like, you know that knowledge and information and skill, they are what makes an individual valuable. It is that not just blowing the grammar and speaking. Yeah, if a child can speak, even if it's French, Spanish, Portuguese, apart from English, it's still better off. It's a skill to be able to. We have some people that can learn several languages. In Nigeria, we have several languages. We have the Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. We have some people that can even communicate in those three. They are making something for themselves, for them for you to be able to communicate. It's very, very important when you look at what people can learn, how people can be self-reliant, how they can be of value to themselves, how they can use their time properly. The reason for vices in the in the society is because people don't know what to do with themselves. People are not doing the right thing with the time. So it is very, very important that we as Christians, as we are aware, that we know what is happening. We do our best to enlighten. Enlightenment is the most important thing. We enlighten people. Oh, this your child is not dull. This your child can. Okay, it's about doing the work of humanity. You understand? You have all the skills as a person. You have been able to see for yourself firsthand how we can identify all these things and how we can be of value to people. So you can be a kind of humanity, yeah, can be of kind of humanitarian service to this child, interrogate this child. So what can you do? In a fun way. The parents might not know because they don't have this knowledge that you have. So using your knowledge to help others is humanity. So you reach out to this child playfully, when you are playing with kids, when you let your guard down, when you are free with them, you are lighted, they tend to open up more to you. You ask this child, oh, what do you like to do? Would you like to do this? You can mention some skills. What about okay, do you like to construct? You watch the child, you study the child, by doing that, you are doing some work. You understand? You are making, you want to know the ability and capability of this child and the interest of this child, where this child derive his or an energy from. You understand? And with that, you can help. Oh, uh, Mama T, oh, Papa K, I've been able to identify something in your child have a gold in her, your child have a gold in, your child have a gold in him. You understand? With that, you can enlighten the parent. Oh, why not just excuse this child from the school? Yes, that why don't you let this child try to engage in learning this skill? Encourage them. The reason some parents are confused. Allow me to use the word, please. The reason they are confused is because they don't know. They don't know. And you that you have it, tell them that it is not only a particular thing they know that's in vogue that is even working. The things that most people know in those days are not the only thing right now. There are several ways that an individual can even survive in this new normal. So some people don't know. And learning all these skills with just some time. Imagine a child spending maybe 6 years in primary, or maybe 6 years in primary, 6 years secondary, that's 12 years. And at the end of the day, child is not even useful to him or herself. That's we know that 1 to 6, the child should be able to relate with uh the his peers, getting to know everyone in life. A child that you have seen that you know the strength that, oh, this child is not doing well in this particular area, the best for you to do is to fix this child in learning a skill. That is humanity. You are helping that child find his path or our path in life. There's so many that we can engage them. Instead, we need to help ourselves so that we can help the community, society, the nation to build it together. And it is about us. And we all can do this. You understand? We have talked about removing discrimination and bias based on affiliation or inclination to religion. You understand? Now we are talking about you as an individual that is enlightened. You understand? Looking at the endangered individual, the children, they are endangered species. You understand? They are there, they don't know anything. And if you ignore them and turn a blind eye, you understand? Uh, Whatever they become in the society will come back to us. But we want peace for everybody. If everyone is busy solving problems and creating things with their mind, imagine someone busy thinking of how to solve a problem, and he or she is on the problem for days. I don't think that's kind of person who have time for chaos, protest, unrest. You understand? So that is why everybody is thinking of coming together to solve the problem. We lead to ourselves, not because because if you are sick right now and you are taken to the hospital, you don't know the hospital you are taken to. Maybe it's the hospital of a Muslim or the hospital of a Christian. You don't even know, you don't even care. And the person that wants to treat you, either is a Muslim or Christian, you don't even know, you don't even care. You understand? Even if you are very hungry right now, if real hunger hold you, yes, sir, you're just going to walk into any restaurant and get your hunger satisfied. You won't care who cooked the meal. That's humanity. So if you don't care about all those things that really matters, so why do we now say, oh, because you are not a Christian, I can't do business with you? Because you are not a Christian, I can't employ you, or because you are a Muslim, no, we can't work together, we can't collaborate, we can't do things together. Because you are not from my town, I can't do things with you. Or because you are not my tribe, oh no, we can't do things together. You see, it's like a spell that we need to repel and dispel right now as from henceforth. You know, we need to start thinking of progress. Whenever we are encounter with any situation, the number one thing is how can we solve this? Not that who are you? Is that don't ask people who are you, where are you from? Is that the first thing you should ask when you meet anyone? Please don't ask them uh, who are you, where are you from, what religion are you? Don't ask those kind of questions. When you meet people, ask them how can we solve this? What do you think about this problem? How do you think we can work to solve this? These are statements that develop nation. These are statements that make us come together to solve problems. Asking about other things, they are so frivolous and they're so trivial and they can never help us. So humanity evolution is talking about we treating ourselves, both those the boss, the CEOs, even we that we are enlightening in the society, that we are in the midst of people that don't even know what to do, enlightening them, encouraging them. That is humanity. So it is very important that we put all this into mind as we go further to help even um, input our own culture into the advancement of humanity, into the advancement of our great nation, because it is when we are treating ourselves as a reflection of ourselves. That is when we are going to be treating ourselves fairly, and everybody's going to be worthy, and we are going to be living with dignity, and the peace that wants to come because we are doing the right thing. You are helping someone to see the light. You're helping someone to escape ignorance, you're helping someone to escape frustration, you're helping someone to be empowered. That is humanity. You're not treating people based on where they are from, where they're inclined, and all that. That will never, never, because through research, and through study, countries, society that are developing never develop themselves alone. They develop by the input of others. Instead, don't say because you're not part of us, you can that person that you think is not part of you, that shouldn't be in your clique or association, or shouldn't join what you are doing. Instead, might just be that person that will idea to you the solution to many things. Here we say, take your pen. Look at America, look at Europe, look at places that are developing. They don't do it themselves. Understand? They do it based on the fact that people are coming together, bringing their expertise, bringing their knowledge, bringing their ideas, and developing themselves. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate your time listening to me. As many that was streaming out, thank you. As many as on YouTube, thank you. And this is the Global Clusters, and this is Humanity Evolution. Yeah, we have some minutes to go because by 6 we need to leave. It is important that we hear the views of others. Yeah, from what has been discussed and from what you feel about humanity evolution today, please host kindly bring people up for their submission. Thank you, host. Yes, sir. The global president, are you available? I think he's still busy. Let's bring others up, please. The president is still busy. The president is still busy, as you can see. They're making plans for the big day, big event. Yes, my brother and friend, sir. It is humanity evolution. We have shared some insight. Could you please, in some minutes, 2 minutes or thereabout, add a voice to today's call? Thank you.
Okay, Your Excellency, uh, my colleague, Cluster Shiyi, Mr. Tennyson, and every other Clusterians highly present today. It's a good evening to everyone. Yeah, humanity revolution. It's a great revolution which we cannot do without in our society. Every day by day, we human beings we see ourselves. By seeing ourselves, we are not equal. We are equal being human being, but we are not equal in some ways. Number one, we are not equal in terms of health. Two, we are not equal in terms of words, and many more. But in humanity, we should try and embrace love, which goes with interest in our fellow human being. We should embrace love that goes with interest in our fellow human beings. And we should try and avoid hatred, enviness. That is when humanity, revolution can be in place. I think I personally, as a teacher, a biology teacher, precisely, the ever since I've been in global clusters, I think I've been working in line with the lectures, to make myself perfect, but I cannot be perfect. I can only work towards perfection. I will quickly give a review of something that happened precisely some years back till today. Now, I have a student in my school which happens to be now presently in SS3, which is rounding up his work. I'm about to write NECO as well, but still my student. This is where I'm going. This boy from years back, let me say 2023 precisely, so 4. This boy has some nonchalant attitudes. Okay, I will not call him a notorious boy, but he developed some attitudes, some characters which are nothing to write home about. as a child, being the first child for the parents and the, let me say, the only son for the parents. So it got a point, the parents were fed up of him. They said, "Ah, it is good, it is better they be moving from boarding school. You know, stealing today, you know, take this, fight tomorrow, and all the likes. And in terms of academic, he's not sound. Okay, I went closer to the family, so I tried to, verify things and know what's going on in the family. So I got to realize that, sometimes the mother was so hard, difficult, when you say difficult, very difficult to understand. We do this today, she will get it, you do this tomorrow. So it will be difficult for you to even study other. What's this woman? So along the way, this boy, last year he ran out of the home for 3 days and was found at trace here. I believe everybody knows very well. 3 days. Mr. Mpega, do you see Timile? Do you see him? Do you see that? I didn't see him, but I left him in the okay. Yeah, they went on holiday rather. So we all vacated together. So he left the school. So I later learned that when he got home, so he just told the mom maybe he was going to buy something and he left home and did not return for 3 days. So the mother was like getting mad. I said, no, just calm down. We see him. So I made phone calls and all the lights, but I could not go out to assist them in looking for him. But along the way, they saw him at face fair, sleeping under the trailer. So when they interrogated him, so he said, because of the attitude of the mother. Okay. Now, I called the mother into order, called the family at large. So you just have to take it easy with this boy. This boy is a glorious boy. He has future. But if care is not taken with this, difficult arts, you might not enjoy him. Okay, you might regret having him as a child. Okay, they said they wanted to remove him from boarding school. Okay, decline from boarding school to day school. I said, well, that's your decision. What if you do that and it didn't work for you? What will you do? So you just have to be calm. Okay, I said, okay, don't worry, I will take care of him, I will handle him. He said, are you sure? I said, I will. So the woman convinced the husband and the family at large. They released the boy. This is where I'm going. At the end of the day, the boy has written his this what do you call it? He wrote GC last last year, and the result is okay. He has written right now. We are expecting the result. Now today, I was just in my office, doing some things academically. I just received the mother's phone call, you know, just praising, thanking me. I said, for what? He said, what I've done in their life, is it spiritually, academically, and all the likes. Financially, they are buoyant. That is not their problem at all. Okay, well, others. So, to the level I did, I made the sacrifice to make sure the boys get through. And the mother now told me that, every words have been given to her. She has been following it and it has been working for her. Number one, I said, just take care, be calm for this boy. This boy will change, and we know psychology of development gradually. The higher you go, gradually your character changes. And the character of this boy started changing gradually, gradually. Some things he has done to pass, it's no more doing them. Now it's now focusing. So the woman was, appreciating my effort, thanking. I said, no, you don't have to do that. Okay, I have my own children. So that is humanity revolution. I've never, requested for money from them. But okay, give me this for me to train them. No, 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 no. I did the best I think I want to do because of future. So when I see that boy in future in his vehicle or holding a company, I'll be proud enough to say, oh, that is my student, that is my boy. So that is humanity revolution. We should try and make sure we life, change life, have interest in your fellow human beings' problems. I'm not talking about those who are going around to steal or arm robbers, don't have interest in arm robbers. But we are talking about people having challenges. You know, you can contribute and change part of their life. Let us do it. So that is my contribution for today's humanity revolution. Thank you so much.
Wow. That, thank you so very much. We appreciate all you are doing for the advancements of humanity, and we are so sure that the universe can never owe you. Thank you so much, Isaiah, Flossan, Isaiah, sir. Yes, let's have others come up to add their voice. Yes, Ma, our great auntie, the 001 real estate ambassador, Ambassador Ma. Have your, it's your turn, Ma. Go on, Ma.
Okay, closing round, do start go. God bless you for all you do. Good evening. God bless you. I really appreciate you. Oh, Pegan, I don't know if I know how to call that name. Oh, I've seen you spoke. God bless you. Thank you very much for holding on. May the Lord reward you bountifully. I just let me come in because I think yesterday, I don't know, I wasn't able somehow. Now I met you speaking. I met some things. I met you speaking, and I just look at everything, and I want to say that you're on point, Plus Erashe, you're on point, because like we were somewhere over the weekend presenting, and Ambassador was saying that the skills in the child should be noticed by the parents and the teachers. Okay. Now I said it that I and also said it that the essence of GS3 then was like, okay, any child that couldn't move up academically to the next class can go and do something like, all the skills acquisition now, the carpentry, the uh, fabrication, a whole lot of them, the clothing and textile, like that. But the aim was not achieved. And I said it recently when we held meeting here that it's not all the people that should go to school. Honestly, that thing is still true. It's real. It's not all learners that are endowed with academic performance that can push them to the right level. Because even in Nigeria today now, if you don't have good academic standard, if you don't have good academic, you know, or a standard, else someone like me, people like us assist studies. I'm currently doing educational management at LASU because I just want to improve myself. So for someone that does not have good educational background or good educational mind, might not be able to go far, and such a child will be struggling. However, such a child, if you put such a child in another area, that child will excel and make it big. The humanity we are talking about here is ability to feel what others are feeling, ability to detect in this person what can make life better for the person. You agree with me that the whole essence of life is to be comfortable, because I don't know why we are working. We go to school. My brother US was saying he's so tired of life, but he will he continue sharp. That now they gave birth to him. He is married. He has children. US now, he's paying their bills. No, in US you can't live without bills. As you work, you pay bills. Nothing like Sunday. Say Sunday, they go to work on Sunday. They don't have time. Even on public holiday. Trump now came now and started chasing everybody about that. Now the children now they about entering college. When they enter college now, the money is getting higher, and over there it's not as if you say gari ni money omo mi lo mu ati epa. It's a beans and gari, no way. You must give them standard. The food they pack to school, the teachers will observe, the health officials will observe. If you pack rubbish, they will say, oh, you want to kill a child, you want to kill them, this is poison. He said the other day the mother gave food to the children and they were shouting, this is poison, this is African poison, this is poison. He was not shouting, what do you mean by poison? Then I get beans and practice to my children. You say it's poison. It's like, okay, this is how they are going. Before you know, they enter university. I don't know what they call their own. Is he going to be paid? He now say, which day gone will he enjoy his life? Because he doesn't understand his life. So humanity we are talking about is ability for us to help somebody too. You know, it's not as a teacher too, as a trained teacher too. Anyway, I worked with children, even though a bit of public then. And when they were paid public teachers that time, those days, 3,000 naira, we all ran away. I ran to public private. And now you public teachers are the one just we should run back again. Could there were possible once, sincerely speaking, the public teachers are enjoying anyway. We don't envy you, you know. But then they were paying them 3,000. I remember they paid me 3,000 naira. I be 2,800 last. And I was, although it was big money then, but that was where people used to say teachers' reward is a never. So and then when the era of private came, all of us now rushed to Auntie Ayo. If I contact all those people today, the reverse is the case. Anyway, as a trained teacher, we should be able to understand the traits. Do you understand the traits in a child, the abilities of the child? What can the child do? I major in primary education, so we were taught on how to be able to detect extra abilities of the child. A child that is not doing well in class, the teacher has roles to play. I used to tell my teachers, it's not by beating a child. Beating a child means you are very wicked. Because carry that same stick and hit yourself and see how it is. Very simple. Because the brain you want to function and you are hitting the head with broom and stick, that brain will first of all be hot and behave abnormally before the thing will start. The cells of the brain, the sensory cells of the brain should not be scattered. Each time you hit a child with stick on the head, you are scattering the cells. And for them to arrange again, it's going to take a while. So I, there should be more of positive, encouragement, you know, correction positively, not negatively, encouraging them positively. A child that is not doing well, like my brother just said, a child that is not doing well, again, might have flair for another thing. Do you understand? It might be art, might be music. Ambassador was teaching over the weekend where we went to say, look, music, a child can be better in music. A child can be good in music. A child can be better in art. A child can be better in drumming. A child can just be art. Such a child might not be good academically anyway. And when he was talking about certificates. That is, sabi what the child has as an extra value and bring it out. The teacher has the role to play. The has a role to play. The institution also has a role to play. The society has a role to play. We all have the role to play. Just like my brother said, look at that child now, bringing the child from zero to a higher level of learning. And I'm sure the parents will never forget that. And that's what we are talking about, my brother. Humanity revolution, as you that is a teacher, you that is in charge of a child, you must understand the child and pity the child. There are some children, they are struggling inside. They are struggling. They want to learn. After some children, sometimes don't leave them. Because when you are trying to say like this, before you know it, they start crying. Everyone experience that. They'll be crying. They want to read it. They want to spell. They want to pronounce, but they cannot. They will just be crying. So as a human, we should have empathy. As human, as an instructor, we should have empathy. Coming to our real life, we should feel what others are feeling. We should not just be selfish. Do you understand? As a dog, as a human being, think about others. Don't always think yours must be number one. Whenever you're in a place and they are sharing something, don't think that you must be the first they must serve and they don't serve you. No, that's wrong. That's self ego, and you have to calm down. It's just like for when you want to plant, for your plant to germinate and bring fruit for you later, that plant will first of all go into the soil. Am I right? It will decay. You don't know. A lot of nutrients will work on it. A lot of soil worms will work on it. The soil will ferment it and so on. And in about 5 days, you see the plant coming out beautifully well. And suddenly it becomes a giant and will begin to eat from it. Yourself must go down. Your self-ego must go down. You must feel for others. You must think of others, what they can feel if that same, what you can feel if that is done to you. Don't let it be yourself. Humanity, the essence of us living is to touch humanity. Let's conclude this way. What legacy are you going to leave? What are they going to say about you if you leave? What are they going to say about you if you are no more? One day when you are old and gone, when someone is gone, we all live old in Jesus' name. Okay, what are they going to say about you? Lives, how many lives have you touched? How many souls have you touched? How many people have you helped to come out of stagnancy? How many children have you helped to achieve their destiny despite the fact that they are in difficulty? Remember that a day is coming, you will account for all this. So think of others, help somebody, even if it's one child per term. Even if it's to help that child struggle through school or help the child learn a trade, help somebody. Think about somebody, put them in your shoes and feel what they feel. And I think if all of us in the world, in Nigeria, in Africa, if we can do this and think like this, the whole world will be a better place to live. One of the most problems we have in Nigeria is because people are not human. They are not humane in their dealings. They are selfish. They are wicked. If all of us can be humane and think about others, Nigeria will be great for us. Africa and the whole world will be great and be a better place to live in. Thank you very much, Sarah Odushayi, for giving me this time. God bless you. Thank you so much. Ambassador, wherever you are, I salute
Thank
you. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
you
Bye.
so much. Really grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Good to see you, ma.
Good to
Good to
see
see you.
everybody.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Good evening, ma.
Oh, okay. So I am trying to process what was said and try to make it very simple, particularly as it relates to us and Africa, us as Nigerians. I know for a fact because some very old and distinguished elders are still around, and I can tell these are our elders who are above 70, that they knew about the humanitarian or people to people, whatever new terminology we're trying to use. They knew the importance. In fact, there's an African motto that says, it takes a village to raise a child. So, and that was before you and anybody else that's on this platform. It dates back centuries. What is happening now is we have forgotten who we are. And we, in the continent of Africa, are God's chosen people. There is absolutely no excuse at this point as to why we are not doing our day to day due diligence and lifting each other, respecting one another, loving, and acting as a resource. At times, it really baffles me. It is not every Nigerian everywhere, as some people will try to make it seem, that that's not a true analogous. It would be important if we could increase the numbers, and therefore the founder of the global platform, who has dedicated his life to nation building, is using the global cluster as one of the important means of keeping the awareness and making it happen. Because after all, we're not a war torn nation per se, but we are a nation that needs to look at changing our complete thought process as it is, looking outward instead of inward, and just doing the simplest thing on a daily basis. If you could find, which I feel so incomplete and unsatisfied, if I can't find a minimum of 5 random people to meet and help per day, and I feel like I didn't have a great day without jumping around and getting others to say, oh, you did a good thing. No, no. It's just humanity. There's no way that you can't look to the left or the right and know that there's something you can do for that person, whether you're standing in line buying food or you're walking somewhere, particularly us in Nigeria, or you happen to be driving, or you can pull up to a petrol station. If you have enough money, and God knows how expensive things are, but if you do something as simple as splitting, let's say you need to fill your vehicle with 30K, 30,000 naira, but you see somebody else and is struggling to find the 10. What would stop you to make a decision right then and there to give them, transfer 10 to them? We are forgetting who we are. We are becoming too westernized. We are people who God designated actually because we are the first. People say we're a third world country. We're not. We are first world country. If we could just remember what our ancestors used to do, what our elders still in most cases do, we'd be far along the line. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. I am so happy that we have this platform for nation building. It's going to help us remember. It's not that difficult. The moment we wake up, because Nigeria now is almost like a sleeping giant, we'll become one of the most powerful nations on the face of the earth. Having said that, my hat's off to the guest speaker and anybody else that's listening. Just remember who we are. We are God's chosen people, and we need to start acting God-like. It is that simple. Whether we're Christians or Muslims, or we made a decision like me not to be affiliated with any established religion, but just to be a child of God. It is so simple. So that's my take on today.
Thank you so very much, ma. Really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate you, ma. Yes, let's bring the president up. Thank you, ma. The 001 Mind Surgery. Dr. Michelle Uko, we appreciate all you do. Thank you. Please, let's bring the president up as we close. Sir, kindly close for us. We are
Yes.
far, far, far wrong. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much. um, the 001 My Surgery Revolution of the Global Clusters in the person of Ambassador Dr. Michelle Uko. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Thank you, the 001 Real Estate Cluster of the Global Cluster. That is Ambassador Abose D. Uko. Thank you very much, the 002 Pharmacokinetic Cluster of the Global Clusters. That is Lieutenant Akmegan Isaiah. And I want to use this opportunity to invite everyone online. We're going to be streaming live at our anniversary, the first year anniversary of the Global Clusters. And everyone should invite one another. It's going to be an online program. Yes, it's going to be an online program. So you're going to be able to come. If you want to speak, the link will be shared. Once we call you in to speak, you understand, then you will have to leave so that others can come in to speak. And the first year anniversary will be something that will be discussing. Then after that, we're going to do another major program, which I'll be explaining to us later on. And I want to use this opportunity to tell everyone, if you have if you're a clustarian and you have products and services that you want to render to the public, endeavor to share it with us. Share it with clustarian Oluwaseyi Odunshagun. Let them list all of the products, on our marketplace. Share with the global CTO in the person of Pastor Mike. So let us make sure that we do that. I think we have learned a lot in the humanity revolution. Tomorrow is genuine love revolution. Come and learn the place of love in nation building. The place of love in nation building. You know, this revolutionary concept, we currently seek volunteers to aid to be a cluster head in every state, in every local government, in every ward, and on every street. We currently seek volunteers in every nations of the world. If you're listening to me, please kindly DM us and let us do this together. Remember, if we really want a beautiful Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we want a United States of Africa, we all need to know that it is our responsibility to make Nigeria great. Every one of us, we are the investment. We are the one that will actually contribute. It's the goodness I contribute, the goodness you contribute, the goodness this one contribute, that one contribute, that will make a bigger goodness in our father's land. So, having said that, I want to say, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or upcoming professionals, technocrats or upcoming technocrats, entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We're not just a social media platform with a marketplace with instant monetization. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth. Proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa. To join the team, you need to go to Play Store and download the Global Cluster. It is spelled TheGlobalClusters. That is the Global Clusters. Or if you're using an iPhone, go to the globalclusters.org and you will be able to register a one-time lifetime fee of 30K or $21, and as a vendor, a one-time lifetime fee of 50,000 naira or $35. And currently, we are pushing certificate revolution. We believe in the place of skill set. Education is no longer about the certificate, it's now about the certificate. If you are not in the known, you can never be in the flow. You need to know what education is all about right now. It's more of skill set. And that is why we are certificating the world together. Let us encourage every young one around us to learn one skill or the other. And that is why London Tea Career Institute got us covered. We have a combo package, a clustering package of 61,000, including the membership of the global clusters and a UK diploma course in data analysis, cyber security, certifying nursing assistant, mini MBA, business analysis, and so on, coding, robotic, and all of that, so that we can actually build your capacity and we'll connect it to a mentor and define areas where you generate energy from. Let every clusterian ensure that you let every youth around you connect with this. You understand? It's very important. Inform every church around you, inform every mosque, inform every association, inform every schools, inform every major corporation to join the global clusters. Thank you very much. God bless you for starting by. Tomorrow is genuine love between the 5 to 6 p.m. We'll be having this revolution. Endeavor to share this video to your friends and family. If you're watching online, please kindly give your own submission at the comment section. What do you think about today's humanity revolution? Give your submission. Let's know you're learning, and let us ensure that we volunteer to build our father's land. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a fruitful evening. Bye for now. I want to use, before I said bye, I want to use this opportunity to let you know that our tour is coming up in November 10th to the 17th in Turkey, the Global Clusters Business Summit. You know, we're going to start application next month. Next month, we're going to start application. You need to register right now. You need to take the proposal to people. Get the certificate revolution proposal from the global CTO, please. And let the media department create something on the certificate revolution. The fact that we want to educate even those that are not educated in our mother's tongue. You understand? So please, let us put that in the certificate revolution. We want to start with the three major languages, the Yoruba, the Igbo, and the Hausa. So thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.